multi-million-dollar deals, got $1 million deal. When I was younger, I would wonder how $1 million feel.
And we are live. Welcome to the True Hooligan Podcast, episode number 3. Plenty of technical difficulties tonight. It has not been an easy journey, but we are here for episode number 3. Spencer, we're getting up there.
We are.
We're starting to get some stuff done. It's pretty dope. This will be the first episode that we all have our blue Snowball microphones. Very nice microphones for beginning YouTubers if you're not looking to spend a lot of money. They work very well with a lot of different audio programs. Not kissing their ass and not sponsored by them. I'm not that big of a fucking deal. But they're very nice if you're a beginning YouTuber and you're watching this. So pick one up if you get the opportunity. Anyway, got a lot of different topics here. We can go with anything. I got something real quick that I want to talk about. I accidentally took a 6-hour nap today.
How?
Yeah, right? So, I only have one class on Wednesdays. It's biology. At 9 a.m. So last night I was up until, I don't know, fucking midnight playing my new video game. I got MLB 16 The Show. And I went to bed at like 2:30. So, I got up at 8 to shower and eat breakfast. And then I went to class. And I was exhausted. Got back to the room, fell asleep at like 10. I did not get up until 4.
I can't do that.
I meant to only sleep for 2 hours, but the alarm, I set it to 2 a.m. and not 2 p.m.
You're an idiot.
You dummy.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I can't take naps like that, though.
Slept for 6 hours. So now my sleep schedule is fucked. I'm sure of it. Spencer, you're yawning, man. You tired, bro?
Nah, bro.
Something wrong?
I was up till 4 a.m.
Spencer,
I was up till fucking
Spencer,
4 a.m. playing
what's
Goddamn
going on,
Skyrim.
Playing Skyrim. What's your level as your character?
Like 16.
16.
I am level 27.
Fuck
Damn,
off. You play the most out of all of us.
I've been grinding kind of hard.
Grinding.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can move on. I want to talk about politics. It's one of the things we've been planning on talking about since last week.
All right.
Hillary Clinton is now under investigation again.
True.
Second time.
A federal investigation by the FBI for mishandling classified documents. Jared, you got a lot to say about this. I know you do. I want to let you run a sec.
Okay, so I don't like Hillary Clinton. I'll say that right now. Not a big fan of the Clintons. But the thing is, when you're in a position like her, is the government assigns you an email service type thing. Don't quote me on this. From what I know, they give you an email, and that's what you use, so it's secure and safe, and nobody can hack into it because it's run by the government.
There's a government email. I wouldn't call it a server.
Service, whatever.
But it's a service that the government emails are on. That everyone in the government uses. The FBI uses it. Everybody uses it. It's secure. It is the most secure way to send emails in the world because it's fucking ours.
So
it's a very
Hillary Clinton
protection.
Didn't want to use the service, so she had someone, I forgot his name, set up a private email server for her so she could hide her emails from the government.
So to clarify,
now, hold on,
hang on, real quick to clarify. She didn't just set up an AOL account, right? She had somebody create another email service. That's all I wanted to say. She didn't, like, get a Gmail.
Yeah, so she has this own private email service now. That's, obviously she's doing something not okay if the government isn't supposed to be looking at it.
Rigging the DNC?
Yeah. Because her reasoning was, I thought it'd be safer. That's not the reason. You did this because you had to hide something. And she knowingly did something wrong, and she's not paying the consequences for it, and that's my big issue with this.
And lied multiple times.
Yeah, lied.
And it wasn't like she told the same lie every time. She moved the goalposts. So at first, I did not use a private email server at all. Didn't happen. Fictional. And then it was, well, I used the private email server, but there were no government emails on it. It was just 30,000 emails about my daughter's yoga class and her wedding. And then the goalposts moved even farther, and it was, well, there were government emails, but none of them were classified, and then that wasn't true. Well, there were government emails, and they were classified, but no one found them, and then that turned out to not be true. So,
what a lying.
Literally everything she's said since these emails kind of came to the surface has been a lie, has been incorrect.
Pretty much.
And the Trib, Chicago Tribune, for those of you that don't know, they recently wrote an article. The Tribune's a pretty liberal paper, if you don't know that. They wrote an article asking for her to step down as the Democratic candidate, which is crazy. It's November 1st. Or is it the second? It's the 2nd today.
Second.
And they're asking her to step down. This election's in 6 days.
Damn.
Do you think that's possible, Jared, that she would just step down and it's Donald Trump versus Tim Kaine?
Whoever. I don't. It's not gonna happen. I think the only way she's gonna step down, in quote, would be if she got arrested and she couldn't, be eligible for presidency.
Right.
Which I don't think is gonna happen either because she's Clinton.
Well, no, she could still be eligible for if she got arrested.
I don't think she's not gonna get arrested though. She's a Clinton.
Right.
It's not happening.
But hypothetically,
I mean,
she could still
hypothetically, if Donald Trump, killed her,
punched her, killed her.
But no, it's not gonna happen.
What would happen is she would get arrested, the election would happen, and if she won, she would pardon herself.
Yeah,
is what would happen, because she wouldn't be convicted yet. She would be allowed to be elected president while she was under investigation in custody of the FBI, and then once she was elected, she's the president. She would just pardon herself. So the only way that this goes right for the American people is if she steps down, or is arrested and forced to step down by the Democratic National Convention. And I think she should. I think she should step down, not because I dislike Democrats, because I would vote for a Democratic candidate if it was somebody else, just not Hillary.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I would vote for a lot of Democratic candidates. If they brought Bernie back, I'd vote for Bernie. I think his he's not so weird about foreign policy, and he's probably not going to get us blown up by the Russians, which is good. I'd vote for Tim Kaine. I think he's a smart guy. I liked what he did in the debates against Mike Pence, because Mike Pence is a fucking lunatic. And I'd vote for just about most Democrats. I'd vote for Julian Castro. I'd vote for Michelle Obama.
I would not do that, but
why wouldn't you vote for Michelle Obama, Spencer? Tell me.
I just don't think she has enough experience. I mean, yeah, I get it. She was first lady.
She was the first lady for 8 years.
But other than that, nothing.
She's like a Harvard law student, a graduate of Harvard Law. Where the fuck did she go to school? I think she went to Harvard. Let me look it up. But yeah, she's a very intelligent woman. First lady for 8 years. She was one of the most active first ladies, other than Hillary Clinton, obviously, since Eleanor Roosevelt. I mean, come on, bro. As American lawyer, writer, and first lady of the United States.
I just don't get why we can't get some good candidates, because
there are good candidates.
There's not.
Right?
There's not. That's false.
No, they exist in the world.
I mean, no shit, Sherlock. But
that's what I'm saying.
Running. No good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. There are good candidates that could have Joe Biden.
The Speaker of the House?
Paul Ryan?
Paul Ryan.
He's a good guy.
I guarantee you heard it here first, folks. Paul Ryan, 2020.
2020? What about Kanye?
No.
Kanye 2020, I mean. I've decided in 2020 to run for president.
Which I think is nuts, because I'm going to be able to vote by then.
Princeton University and Harvard University. I don't know if she has degrees from both, but yeah. 2 Ivy League schools, Spencer. How many Ivy Leagues have you gotten into?
None.
Well,
how many have you gotten into?
None.
Yeah, so.
0 Ivy Leagues. She got into 2 of them. There was a couple of years ago I read an article about a kid who got accepted into all 8 Ivy Leagues.
Damn.
That's nuts.
Got accepted to all of them. Isn't that nuts?
That is insane.
He was so smart, and he had so much on his resume that he applied to all of the Ivy League schools and got into all 8 of them. And I was just blown away by that kid. It was an interesting article. He was a smart kid.
I think
obviously.
I should apply to Harvard.
Should you, Jared?
I should see what they have to say.
Oh, speaking of college and Jared, your college recruitment.
Yeah.
How's that
So-
going? You have the phone call tonight.
For those of you who don't know, I am a junior in high school and I am a wrestler. And wrestling
And a
is
damn
sport-
good one.
A pretty I'm not gonna say a damn good one, but I do pretty well for myself. So, college is a sport where you can get scholarships, and colleges scout you for wrestling. And we were signing up for my wrestling this year, and this college scout guy wants to talk to me and my family. And I have a phone call interview scheduled with them tonight, actually, at 9 o'clock during the World Series, which is unfortunate. But we're going to talk to him and see how that goes. I think it'd be pretty cool. I think it's going to open up a lot of opportunities if he what he has to say.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, you haven't recorded any stats or anything like that. Like, when you wrestled 2 years ago, you didn't, write anything down. Like, oh, I had this many wins, this
No.
many losses,
I think
this many
I do.
pins.
I think I had 25 wins and 7 losses. My last season.
Did you record how many of these were pins? How many of these were points?
Oh.
For those of you that don't know, wrestling you can win by a pin. You can win by points. Is there any other way you can win, Jared? Pin and points, right? The other guy
Yeah.
can concede, I
Yeah.
suppose, but yeah. Did you have any idea how many you won by pins? How many you won by points?
I
a lot of
want to say
pins, I know that.
at least half of them were pins. I pin usually.
Yeah, but anyway, you don't know. You just know your win loss, right?
Yeah. That was
So
freshman
this year would be a lot of stat taking, video recording,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Have you thought about where you want to go? Where you'd want to ideally?
I don't even know what I
'Cause
want.
I don't know what good wrestling schools are.
Iowa's a really good one.
Is it really?
Or Penn State. But I'm not too familiar with colleges, so I don't even know what I want to be yet. So I'd have to do a lot of research on that.
Is that something you'd be interested in? Going to college right off to wrestle? Because I know you've expressed interest in doing community college first.
The only reason I wanted to do community college was to save money. But if I'm going to
The
get a
cost?
scholarship for wrestling,
A scholarship, right?
for wrestling,
Right, of course.
I'd go. I do that.
Of course.
'Cause
Now,
y-
again, I'm
yeah.
unfamiliar. Is wrestling a sport that you're getting full rides, partial rides? What's the deal with that?
I think that it's depending on how good you are. To be honest,
How good you are, and the school, I would assume. If
Yeah.
you're going to
Yeah.
some big school and you're a good wrestler, they'll give you a full ride. But if you're going to a smaller school and you're not as good, they might give you a couple $1,000. Which, no small potatoes, right?
Yeah.
If they're gonna cut a couple $1,000 off your student loan at the end of the year, I mean, fuck. But Spencer, how's college going for you? How's the applying process and all that nonsense?
Well, I start signups for JJC in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So then I'll start that in January. Jim, how's how's college for
Yeah,
you?
it's good. It's good.
How's E?
How's E? Everyone knows where I go to school, dude. I've
Okay.
said it multiple
Oh, yeah,
times
true.
on the channel. I go to Eastern Illinois University, but no, it's great. It's dope. Like I said, I got a pretty good schedule this year. I don't got too many classes on my Wednesdays. Ultimate Frisbee's going pretty well. Just hanging out, chilling. I have to do laundry. Here's the crazy thing right now. I have money on my debit card, on my credit card, but there are no Chase ATMs anywhere in
Really?
Charleston. None. It's all other ATMs. And I don't want to pay the fee to withdraw cash, right? So the laundry machine here takes Panther money. And the way you get Panther money is taking regular money, putting it in a machine, and then putting it on your card. I can't get cash, right? So I got a bunch of coins here, like I got a change jar, but I can't use that to do laundry. So I can't do laundry right now.
Wow.
I gotta go to the laundromat or something to do this fucking laundry. There's a bin of laundry here, it's like a lot of laundry. It's like an absurd amount of unwashed clothes just sitting in my room.
Try to stay up to date and do my laundry as much as possible.
On your laundry, Spencer. That's one of the things that you're pretty good at, Spencer. Is that you're not too good at much, but your hygiene is very on point.
True.
Taking your 3-hour showers
Yeah.
every day.
Gotta love those 3-hour showers.
How long do you shower
Like-
usually? Like for
20
real?
minutes.
20 minutes in, like, it's not a bath, it's a shower.
That's about average for me.
Dude, when I shower here at school, it might be 55 seconds. Like, I'm in and out of that mafk.
Well, that's kind of
Spencer, oh, it's your mom, whatever.
That's kind of different,
Anyway.
though, Jimmy, because you're in, like, a community shower.
It's like a community shower, right? It's not like a big open thing like at high school, but it's like a cubicles with curtains.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. Got to shower with other men every once in a while, but it's alright. You know, if everybody's in a rush in the morning, some of the cubicles are taken, you just slide in with somebody else. You know what I'm saying, Spencer?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Hey, man, pass me the soap. Gotta wash my hair.
I'm good.
So I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys, because we talked about this in wrestling orientation, are you guys comfortable with showering, like, right next to each other, like, naked locker room touch?
I have done it a couple of times. I've done it for Ultimate before when locker rooms were available. We would shower sometimes. It doesn't bother me. I'm pretty secure in my sexuality. I'm not really frightened by another dude.
Don't say that. I don't think it's a... I'll be honest. I don't think it's that.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it is for a lot of guys. For a lot of guys, I'm not gay. I would never shower naked next to another dude.
No, I know some kids at school that just don't want to show people their penises. It's like, you know, and I get it. Like, they're just kind of shy. Like, I don't think it's
well, shyness too. But I would say those are the number 1 and 2 reasons.
Yeah.
Depending on who you ask, would be homophobia, and the obvious other one being that you don't want to have your cock seen. But I don't give a fuck. You want to see my cock?
I'd say homophobia is more of like an older person thing. I don't think.
Old people don't give a fuck, dude.
No, I mean,
you
like,
ever been like a? I know what you're saying.
I don't think
like,
so many kids my age are worried. Oh, I'm because
Yeah.
I don't want to show guys my cock. It's more I don't want to show
You
people
ever
my dick.
you ever been like to a like a gym, and you go to the locker room. There's old men just hanging loose, man.
So Spencer,
Yeah.
I kind of knew Jimmy's answer. How are you with showering naked in the locker room with other men?
I mean, if
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like being naked around other men.
okay, we're not gonna get into this, but
This
this
is why I
this
decided
sounds
it,
super
'cause
gay.
I knew Spencer
Pause.
didn't want to. Spencer, how do you feel? Like, I'm not going to judge you. I just want to know how you feel because I know other people feel differently about this. Do you mind taking off your, stripping down completely and being naked, changing next to other people or showering, like right next to other guys?
yeah, I'm like if I had to, I would just do it, but like I'm not gonna like go and do it because I just like wouldn't do that.
Are you sensitive about your body, or is it a gay thing where you're like, I don't want?
Nah,
like,
I just
people
like
looking at my
privacy.
cock?
Just like when I take
So
a
it's
shower, it's like
sensitive
my
about your
happy
body?
place.
So it's your happy place
happy
where
place.
you get to
Yeah, no,
where you get to rub
I
one
don't
out.
do that in there.
Is that what it is?
I don't like doing that in the
Is
shower.
Is it Spencer happy
Yeah.
time when you get in
Sure,
the shower?
Jim.
Go a little shampoo in your hand and just
Nah.
So,
rub it.
Spencer, I think you should just do it.
Yeah, man. I think you should do it more often.
I think you should
maybe get a gym membership,
gym
and then don't
membership,
work out.
just to
Just
shower.
go to the gym
Yeah.
and shower with the other dudes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you got to get some more secure in your nakedness.
Because I used to be so weird about it, like freshman year, like before I had to, because you have to in wrestling in football. Before I was like, oh hell no, I'm not getting naked next to all the other guys. I'm not showing my weenie. Now it's like I really don't care. Like
Now it's like hammer down, motherfucker.
you just get used to it, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, you do.
Like I don't mind having my
yeah.
weenie out.
I don't care your weenie. I got a topic here if you guys want to change gears.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
done talking about weenies.
Done talking about weenies. Spencer, I'll go to you first. What was the last act of random kindness that you did for a stranger? The last time that you just did something nice for no reason. Maybe not a stranger, but anybody. The last thing you did was randomly kind.
I think the other day I was doing carts at work and I just helped some old lady like put groceries in her car because she needed help.
So, like, that's your job though. Like, I
Yeah,
think
but like I didn't have to do that.
It's a little boring, but I like it. Okay, you help some old lady get her groceries in her car.
Okay.
Jared, you got something for me?
This one's kind of lame too, but I can't really think of any right now. A couple days ago, there's all those like losers at school. Like, let's be honest, there's like those nerdy kids at school.
There are losers, right?
And he was like by himself, alone, like doing his work, and everyone else was like in a group. and I just kind of walked over with him and like talked to him. And like, if you get down and like talk to like those loser, in quotes, loser kids, a lot of them are actually like pretty cool. And like, we talked about like video games, like movies for a little bit, and I'm sure it made his day to like, have someone talk to.
Yeah, that's cool. That was nice of you. I was at CVS the other day, and the reason I brought this topic up was I kind of had a story for it. I was at CVS, and this older woman's in front of me, and she doesn't have enough money to pay for her goods. And it wasn't like $40, right? It was like 20 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, this lady doesn't have enough money. And the cashier's like, what, Jared?
Was she hot?
No, she was like an old woman.
Is that why you paid for your groceries?
I didn't do it.
Oh.
I didn't pay for the groceries. Again, I have no money. I have no cash. I just have my card. So the cashier looks at her and goes, oh, don't worry about it. And again, it's like 20 cents. It's not like 4 cents. It's like a whole, fifth of a dollar, right? So the woman like reaches in her pocket, the cashier, and just puts like of her own money, not like store, like to have a penny, take a penny, puts it in the register. And the lady's like, oh, thanks for the charity, like it was an older woman. And she leaves. And I was thinking, I was like, why didn't I step up to do that? And I think there's something weird about, like, this, I don't want to say generation, but this time period of life across all age groups, where it's weird to try and help people. It's like there's this weird unspoken rule where it's like, don't talk to other people, don't look at other people, everybody's busy, everyone's looking at their phones or texting. No one wants to just talk to other people or like do things for other people. And I think it's weird. Like, I felt awkward offering help, and so I didn't. Do you think that's like a thing nowadays, or is that just a weird thing that I have? Because I've experienced that feeling before.
I think the people like just try to like keep to themselves and
right.
They take their bubble too seriously. They just like take getting out of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
it's a comfort zone. It's like, don't talk to me. I don't know you. You don't know me. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Jared, do you know anything about it?
Not really. I kind of had my 2 cents.
All right, cool, I guess.
Well,
You got anything for us, Jared? I know Spencer has some topics, but do you have anything for us?
No, let's let Spencer go ahead.
Spencer, what do you got for me?
okay, let me check the list.
The list.
The list.
You're so stupid.
I got stuff, but it's mostly about like the Cubs and stuff. So
Yeah, I want to wait. I want to save Cubs talk a little while until we get deeper into this mafk.
Jared, do you have any Okay.
All right, Spencer, what you got for me?
Now, Rogue One tickets go on sale Monday.
Okay.
I would like to hear your guys' prediction on how well the movie is going to be and how it's going to do in the box office. And your just overall predictions.
It's going to do great at the box office because it's Star Wars. It's going to be the number one movie that week. Obviously, no doubt about it. But I'm confused about, like, they're milking it. I mean, we all know that this Star Wars thing is just they're milking it because it's a huge thing. Episode 7 did tremendous. And I know they planned these in between episodes beforehand, but they knew 7 was it's having the license to Star Wars is a license to print money.
Oh yeah.
It's literally what it is. You can just, oh hey, want to make a Star Wars movie? Yeah, you want to make 20? It's basically like asking, do you want to make $27 million?
Pretty much.
Yeah, of course I do. Because we have X budget, we have X actors. Fuck it, make the movie. It's a license to print money, and I think it'll be all right. I mean, it's not the plot. I hate prequels. That's my whole thing. So I don't know.
I think it'll be really good.
Because unless, like, for most prequels, what happens is you know the end result, right?
Yeah.
So Star Wars Rogue One is about how they got the plans for the Death Star. We know, right? Like, we know that there were rebels that got the plans for the Death Star and then gave it to the rebels, and then they blew up the Death Star.
We all know many Bothans died.
Right.
It's not a,
we know
it's
what
not a big
happens.
secret.
Right. It's not some...
We all know all these characters are going to have to die at the end of the movie.
Yeah. it's not like X-Men First Class, where, yeah, we know there was this original group of X-Men, but where'd they come from? Who were they? How did Charles and Magneto find them? Etc., etc. So with movies like that, there is a reason to make this prequel. But with this, it's like, yeah, we know. We know all the rebels die. And do I care who they are? No, because they're not Jedi. They're not Force wielders, which is the only cool thing about Star Wars. They're just nameless rebels. You might as well make a movie about a... Fuck, I can't even...
Spencer, do you know the name, the main character's first name?
I think it's Jen Erso.
Jen Erso?
Yeah.
Her name's Jen?
I feel like they're trying to really push, like, the female roles on, like, movies.
Yeah.
With Rey and this new movie being another, like, female lead.
Right. I don't mind female-led characters. What I do mind is shoehorning them in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, really? You mean to tell me the main character in this Star Wars movie is a woman?
Also?
And the other ones, also a woman? Like, yeah, it's great that we have these strong female leads. Like, I loved, what the fuck is her name? Oh, Jennifer Lawrence. She's been in a lot of great movies recently. You know, a lot of books, too. Like, a lot of these young adult, like, titles are led by female actresses, or female main characters, and then inevitably actresses.
Yeah.
Because, Divergent was, what the hell is her name?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. There's
Katniss.
a lot of female-led characters. Katniss Everdeen. We got a. What's the other one? Is it Beatrice?
Is
that her name?
Yeah. What did you change your name to? Triss.
Triss, something like that.
So, yeah.
But yeah, you know, these strong female leads, and it's cool because obviously you want to see a variety of characters. I personally don't like it when it's always a white guy. I hate that. It's my biggest pet peeve when I see a movie. It's like, set in ancient China, Matt Damon. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it Matt Damon?
Yeah, that makes no sense. Oh, the Great...
Doesn't that upset
the Great Wall
you?
movie about the fucking monsters and they attacked the Great Wall of China?
Spencer, were you the one who was with me when we saw that?
I
was there too.
Was it the time you were there too? We saw that. I was so upset. I'm like, why is it Matt Damon? And like, I get it's a Chinese company and they hired Matt Damon to be the lead actor, but it's like, no, there should be a Chinese guy, or at the very least an Asian person in this role.
Yeah.
Called Joseph Gordon-Levitt or something. Is he Asian?
No.
He's not Asian.
No.
He looks Asian.
No, he's a white Jim.
Is he really?
Yes.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. No, he's definitely not white.
Yes,
Hang on, I'm looking this up. No, he's not. He's definitely not white.
Yes, he is.
I'm looking it up, Spencer. I'm fact-checking you.
But
no, yeah, it bothers me. Like, for example, hang on.
And I hate when it's almost like reversed though too. Like when it's, how do I explain it? When
Jim,
it's supposed to be like a Mexican guy, let's say. Or no, I'm sorry. When it's supposed to be like a white guy, but they don't make it a white guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. When it's the other way around, it's also shitty.
Like let's say Percy Jackson, Glover, Jimmy. It was supposed to be was supposed to be a white teenager, but they made him some black guy, which didn't make any sense.
And granted, like, I can see where people are coming from. Like, he had dark curly hair. And that's literally the only, like, descriptive way they talk about Grover, other than the way he walks, because he's literally half fucking goat. But his human features, they don't really talk about too much. But yeah, he has dark curly hair. And it's like, okay, I can see where you're coming from on why you made him a black person. But Rick Riordan has released official artwork for the character.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be.
He's a white guy. Like, there's literally pictures of the character in the world. We know what they look like. It's this. Spencer, you are apparently correct. He was raised in a Jewish household, so apparently he's not Asian.
Yeah.
He looks kind of Asian though, doesn't he?
A little bit.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
hey, show me a picture of this guy.
Joseph Gordon. He played Robin in The Dark Knight.
Okay, up to the camera. Oh yeah, I knew he wasn't Asian.
Yeah. I thought he was Asian.
Nah.
Maybe I'm just an idiot.
A little bit.
You're kind of dumb.
I'm kind of dumb. But no, yeah, like when that happens, it really upsets me. Which is why I like seeing like, oh yeah, this is a cool female lead, or that's it's who played Khal Drogo and now he's playing Aquaman. Spencer, what's his name?
Shit. Fuck.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I think he's Hawaiian. He's Hawaiian.
Yeah.
And he's a great actor. He's tremendous. When he was Khal Drogo, that was one of my favorite Game of Thrones characters. Because he played that role very well. Like the dark eye makeup and just the way he would sit, like both hands on his thighs and just stare angrily.
It's Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he's great. I like him a lot. He's a really good actor. I would like to see him in more stuff.
Hawaiian guys are so big. Have you guys noticed that?
The Rock is Samoan.
The Rock is fucking huge.
I think he's also like a quarter. I think he's a quarter black. I could be wrong.
African American? No, I'm kidding.
No, not African American. Like
I know.
Because it's like French Canadian black. Like it's not African American black. I can't remember, but he's something like that. But no, I really like The Rock. He's a great actor. Whenever I see The Rock, I'm like, again, The Rock is another person who's like, here's a license to print money. The Rock's in it. Go see it because it's probably half decent.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty funny. You know what I mean?
Who was there when we saw Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart?
I was there.
I think it might have just been us
were you there?
Did you guys like that movie?
It was just us three? I thought it was alright.
It was good for what it was.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart keeps playing the same character, and that's bugging me. Like, it was funny that with the first Ride-Along movie, it was funny.
Yeah.
But this is like the third time they've made Ride-Along just with a different big scary guy, and it's not funny anymore. It's just kind of, yeah, Kevin Hart's a pussy. This guy is cool. Alright. You got anything else in your bag of tricks, Hollywood?
I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan.
I like his stand-up, his earlier stand-up, but now his stand-up is, again, it's that I'm a little man. Like, it's, yeah, you're little. We get it. Do you got anything else? Which is why I like Bo Burnham so much. Because Bo Burnham, it's always something.
He's conscious of like, me saying little jokes makes money. Like, I'm gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course. Just like Gabriel Iglesias, my least favorite comedian. Fuck you, Gabriel Iglesias. He's like, I'm so fluffy. It's like, yeah, we know. You're a fat fuck. We get it.
You're a fat
obese fuck. And you think it's funny. And that you're going to die like 10 years before everyone else. And your children have to grow up without a dad. Fuck you.
I hate Gabriel Iglesias.
Asshole. I hate Gabriel
He's
Iglesias.
not even funny.
I'm so fluffy. I'm like, no, you're obese. You're going to have a heart attack tomorrow.
That's called obesity, and you're gonna die tomorrow.
It's like, no, like stop that. Like you're a sick person. You are going to die young because you are so fucking fat. I'm not body shaming anybody because like if I see a fat person, it's not like, oh, you're ugly. It's like, no, you're sick. You are going to have heart disease. You're going to have fucking diabetes.
Let's talk about this.
Lose this weight for your own benefit.
Being fat isn't a good thing.
No.
Being fat is a health problem that you have.
If you Spencer, if you saw a person who like shot themselves in both of their kneecaps, you wouldn't be like, well, that's his choice, you have to respect it. You'd go, no, don't shoot yourself in both of your kneecaps because now you have no knees.
Fucking people are dumb.
Of course, like it depends, like on like how big you are, like.
Right, if you're like 220 and you got 50 pounds to lose, you know, if you're like a 5'9" white guy and you
if you're like 5'9" and you weigh 300 pounds, it's a big issue. But if you're like 6'7" Shaquille O'Neal and you weigh 300 pounds, it's like okay.
Yeah, you probably need to weigh 300 pounds, otherwise you're incredibly unhealthy. Like, numbers don't always line up, right? But we know what fat people like when we see them because they don't look right. You know what I mean?
They look fat.
But it's like, it bothers me. I'm like, because it's this reinforcing that it's okay to be fat, and it's not okay. It's not wrong to be fat.
It's taboo to like tell them, hey, maybe you should like take better care of yourself.
Maybe you should, because I care about you. Like, you know what I mean, Jared? If you weighed 400 pounds, I'd be like, Jared, you're 6'2" and you weigh 400 pounds. You are in a dangerous place, my friend. You need to lose that weight, or you're going to die.
Yeah.
It's not about like the way you look, which it ties into it, right? Like your overall happiness because you want to have people like you and be around you, and Jared, if you weigh 400 pounds, we can't like hike around Starved Rock and splash in the waterfalls. No. You know, it's all about your overall happiness, but the quality of your life. But it's also about like your actual lifetime health.
Yeah.
It's like being a smoker, like being fat for so long. Even if you do end up losing the weight, you've made a dent in your lifespan. And I'm not talking like 30 pounds overweight or 40 pounds overweight. That's almost like not a big deal. Like fuck yeah, 30 pounds to lose. Fuck, you know, so does 35% of America.
I probably have like 15 pounds to lose.
But like when you get into the obese, dangerous place, it's not fat shaming anymore. It's
I don't want you to die shaming. Like.
Yeah, I don't want you to die. It's death shaming, and I think everybody should be on board with that. If you see somebody who's 40 pounds overweight, don't say anything.
Yeah, even if they are obese, you don't have to say anything.
Right, don't say anything. But
like, they're not wrong to think that. Like,
don't even think twice about somebody who has 40 pounds to lose. Yeah, fuck. They probably had a hard winter. They ate too much Thanksgiving. Fuck it. But if you see somebody who's, the way I gauge it is it 100 pounds? Okay. Now you have to worry about it, right?
Yeah.
100 pounds to lose? Okay, you're probably in the danger zone.
Danger zone.
Danger zone. There's no way, Spencer. That was so perfect. Oh my god. But yeah, I love when we kind of go off into the weeds and just find another topic out of nowhere. Yeah. Like no one wrote down fat shaming on their their topic card, but
yeah.
Whatever. I got another topic if you guys want to change it up.
What's gonna be?
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. What is your best story that doesn't include anyone else in the call?
The beats.
Oh my god. Something else, Jared.
No, I think the statutes of limitations are lifted for that.
Really?
It's been 3 years.
And you didn't do it. Don't say any other names, but you didn't do it.
I didn't
so
do
you're
it.
Good.
What? Okay.
A friend of yours.
A friend of mine. I was like in 8th grade, and a friend of mine that I just started recently hanging out with, we were at the mall, and we were just hanging out, doing whatever. Because that's what you did when you were a kid. You had nothing better to do. You walked around the mall looking at clothes and shoes, whatever. So we're getting picked up from the mall by my mom, right? You know, classic 8th grade stuff. So getting picked up, and we're sitting down by the Cheesecake Factory, okay? And my buddy, we're going to call him Steven, goes, "Hey, bro, you see that kiosk over there? There's a pair of Beats." Like, you know, this is when, like, Beats by Dr. Dre were, like, a big thing. There's a pair of Beats over there on the kiosk, just, like, sitting there. I'm going to go take them. Now, I am not a really bad kid like that, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this, guys. Like, maybe we shouldn't steal this man's Beats. So he goes, nah, fuck it. So he walks over, like straight up to this kiosk.
You said Jimmy. It wasn't me, to clarify.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
You said Steven did this.
Steven did this. So he walks up there and just takes him off the kiosk, and nobody, you know, looks at him, says anything. So we leave, whatever. So he stole these Beats, like straight from under this guy's nose. So, you know, Jimmy's my brother, so like later Jimmy's like, "Where'd you get these Beats?" Because we told everyone we just found them. You know, obviously we didn't.
I didn't believe it for a fucking second.
Jimmy
None of us did.
So Jimmy's like
no.
Jimmy's
My
yelling
mom
at me.
believed it. My mom believed it.
Jimmy's
She's like,
yelling
they
at me.
found
He
those
goes,
headphones. I'm like, no, they fucking didn't.
Jimmy's yelling at me about, like, you know, where'd you get these headphones? Where'd you get these headphones? And I'm like, I found them at the Cheesecake Factory. They were just sitting there. And, you know, totally unbelievable.
Bullshit.
So, maybe, like, a couple months later, when, like, he kind of died down and, like, the Beats, like, got lost or destroyed, whatever, I was like, oh, yeah, Jimmy, he totally took those Beats. Like, that was... We didn't find those, like...
Oh, my God, this was years ago. This was, like, 4 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, whatever. Spencer, what is your best story that doesn't include anyone else?
Fuck.
Fuck.
You didn't prepare one, like, while I was on that whole spiel?
That's the best part. Is Spencer's like, my life is so boring outside of you guys.
No, because, like, I have a few stories with Jake, but, like, those aren't appropriate for the podcast. But, like,
Come on, man.
I hang out with you
bro.
two guys the most. I mean, besides
I
Nate.
know you. That's the hard part.
Fuck.
I've got one. I got a couple.
You say one.
Okay, so this is a story about. This is the story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Fresh Prince?
Yeah.
No. This is a story all about how I had to sleep in the Baton Rouge airport for 13 hours. So when I was a freshman in college, my ultimate frisbee team was going to a tournament in New Orleans, Louisiana, for Mardi Gras. So a lot of frisbee tournaments are, not a lot, but some of them are during major events. Like spring break, there's a tournament called High Tide in South Carolina, and it's the big spring break tournament. Everybody goes to it, has a lot of fun hanging out with each other. There's a hat tournament, and that means that people kind of, like, you draw names out of a hat, and that's how you pick teams. So everybody kind of gets to meet everybody else, and you're not with just your team. And then there's the main tournament, which is 2 days, and there's parties and all kinds of stuff, and that's High Tide. But Mardi Gras is LSU, Louisiana State University's tournament in Baton Rouge for Mardi Gras. So everybody drives down Thursday and Friday. Everyone goes out to New Orleans, Bourbon Street on Friday. Saturday, Sunday is the tournament, and then on Sunday, everybody drives back to wherever they're from. Some people are from Texas, some people are from Eastern Illinois, like I am. So, I am getting ready to leave for the tournament. I'm packing my bags, I'm going to drive down to Charleston, and then I'm going to take a nap, and then I'm going to drive all the way to Baton Rouge. It's like 13 hours by myself. I have no car mates. And my dad goes, "Where are you going for this tournament?" And I say, "Going to New Orleans." He goes, "Like, Louisiana?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You're driving?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "No, you're not." I'm like, "What do you mean, Dad? I gotta go. This tournament's in like 12 hours. I gotta be in Baton Rouge tomorrow." And he's like, "No, you can't go. I'm sorry. I'm not letting you go." I'm like, "Dad, I need to be at this tournament. They expect me to be there. I told them I was gonna get there myself. If I don't get there, I'm gonna be in trouble." He goes, "Fine. We'll buy you a plane ticket." So I'm like, "All right, fine." I'm like, "If I don't gotta drive, I'll take a fucking plane, whatever." So I get the next morning, I get in the car with my mom. I go to the Baton Rouge airport, or the fucking Midway airport in Chicago. Get on the plane, land at Atlanta, I think is where I landed. And then from Atlanta, I flew to Baton Rouge. Did the tournament, did Bourbon Street. It was fucking lit. We should all go one day. That should be our THP adventure. THP takes on Mardi Gras.
True.
That'd be lit.
I might
But whatever.
be able to go.
Jared, I'll go. But anyway, the tournament's over. My friend's driving back to the airport, and I look at my boarding pass, and the flight says 5 a.m. Monday. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that can't be right. I thought my flight was for 5 p.m. So I go to the lady that operates like the U.S. Airlines kiosk, and I'm like, there must be a mistake on my boarding pass. My flight leaves in an hour, and my log says it's 5 a.m. tomorrow. She goes, "No, you're on flight number whatever the fuck to Midway, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "That flight leaves tomorrow at 5 a.m. And I'm like, "Really? Interesting. Thanks." So I get outside, I call my mom. I'm like, "Mom, the plane doesn't leave until tomorrow. Or, tonight, essentially." And she goes, "We'll get a hotel." I'm like, "I don't got enough money for a hotel. I spent it all." And I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I can't afford a taxi to get to a hotel even if I wanted to. So I have to wait 13 hours in this fucking airport. So I grabbed my laptop, put it on my lap. I played some RuneScape, which was the game at the time. It was the moves. I listened to some music. It's where I found Logic, was in that Baton Rouge airport, so you're welcome.
Yes.
And then that was where I first listened to Logic, because I saw I was looking for new music, and I was like, best rappers of 2015. And Logic popped up. It was like, Logic, he just dropped his mixtape, Welcome to Forever. I'm like, oh, lit. I picked that up, listened to it. I'm like, this is fucking flame. And then I found Under Pressure from there. But 7 hours pass, and I'm like, I can't just sit here and play RuneScape another minute. I'm so bored. Because think about it, your normal day is 13 hours long. From the time you wake up to the time you go back to bed, yeah, it was a full day that I had to sit in this airport. So I fell asleep on the floor of the Baton Rouge airport because it closed, right? It's not like Atlanta where it's open 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
I fell asleep in the fucking airport. I slept there.
Damn.
Spencer, have you thought of a story yet?
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't do shit with like Evan or Noah like alone.
Do you do things by yourself or with your family?
Yeah, well, like we don't really do family trips anymore because that's just too much effort. Taking 6 kids somewhere is
much effort.
Yeah, you live in an orphanage.
I know.
You know, 6 fucking kids.
Yeah.
So you've got nothing. You've got no stories.
No.
No Taco Bell tales. No. I can't even think of what stories you'd have. Nothing with your various girlfriends over the years.
I'll keep thinking. If I come up with something,
You'll keep thinking?
I'll keep thinking.
So you just want me to change topics, and if you come up with something, you'll interrupt me mid-topic?
It'll be interesting.
Keep them on their toes, so to speak. All right, whatever. Jared, did you have anything before I try to throw another topic at you?
No, we've been waiting for Spencer.
So you don't have anything?
I had my story.
I know, but do you have any topics?
Beats. No.
You have no topics?
No.
All right, cool. That's fine. I got a couple here. We could talk about dumb sponsors.
Okay.
Anyone want to talk about dumb sponsors?
Okay, I got something to say about this.
Okay, I'm happy you do.
Okay.
So, I want to avoid using names or pronouns. Does that make sense? So I want to use they to avoid putting this person on blast.
Okay.
So, a person in our universe recently sponsored is the only way to say it, right? Like, Spencer?
Yeah.
It's the only way to say it. Has recently gotten sponsored by a marijuana accessory company. They sell grinders, pipes, bongs. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
What else would they sell, Spencer? Nails for like dabs and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, they sell marijuana accessories, and the person put on their Instagram page a sponsorship like ad for this marijuana company, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, how do you get sponsored by that? Do you smoke that much, and talk about it so much on social media that they were like, this person.
This is the person that we need.
This is the person we need.
This
We're
person
going to give them
smokes
free
so
stuff
much
and
weed.
pay them to talk about our products. Like,
Right, because I drink a lot of energy drinks. I drink an energy drink every morning. Twice sometimes. 2 or 3 energy drinks a day. I drink a copious amount.
that's not healthy. Go back to body shaming, Jimmy. That's not healthy for you. You're gonna die. You're gonna die very soon from a heart
Yeah, you'll
attack.
die at a very young age.
I drink a lot of energy drinks. You don't see Monster Energy calling me up like, you walk to class every day with a Monster Energy. Why don't you wear these shirts and we'll give you some free Monster? Like, that doesn't happen. Why do these dumb companies like marijuana and like vape juice, why will they sponsor fucking anyone?
I don't
Anyone could get sponsored by these companies. I think that if I wrote into like some low-key vape company and was like, I have a podcast, I'll sponsor you guys, they'd do it. Spencer, I want to hear what you have to say, because when you said I have something to say about this, I got excited. So let me hear it,
Okay.
Spencer. Let me have it.
Do you know about the dude that will pay like companies to get tattoos of like their logos on his body?
I have heard about this guy, but I'm sure you know more. Take it away.
So basically, this guy charges like 10 grand to get a tattoo of a company's logo on his skin forever. Pornhub's done it. Fucking random ass companies have just paid him 10 grand to get their company logo somewhere on his forehead. I'm pretty sure the Pornhub one is on his forehead.
He's got a Pornhub tattoo on his forehead?
Yeah.
Guys, real quick, for the people who don't know, what's Pornhub?
Well, I would assume people would figure that out. Pornhub is a website where you can watch pornography videos for free.
Sounds like a pretty decent website.
Sounds like a good
gonna
service.
we'll put a link in the description for that one.
Yeah, link in the description for Pornhub. We're sponsored.
I wish.
No, we're not sponsored.
No.
That's a lie.
We're sponsored by Pornhub.
No, we're not, Jared.
I'm kidding.
Spencer,
I wish.
what else you got? Yeah, that'd be dope, wouldn't it? Like, to have Pornhub shirts and be like, yeah, this week, episode of the True Hooligan Podcast is sponsored by Pornhub.
And when you're done watching our podcast, go to Pornhub and...
Yeah, right? When you're done watching, go ahead. Check them out. They're great.
Just do it.
But to clarify, again, we're not sponsored by Pornhub. But Spencer, yeah, go ahead. Run with it, Spencer. Go with it. What you got
I
for
think
us?
it is the stupidest thing in the entire world. Next to, like, Crocs mixed with Uggs. They're called Krugs. Fucking dumb.
What?
Yeah, I know. I saw this the other day. It is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. So, like, why would you want to do that to yourself? Like, you're either that lazy or, like, not motivated enough to get a job to where you're just going to sell your body to companies to sponsor their fucking products.
Now, how much, like, revenue can they possibly get strictly from this guy's tattoos? Like, do they think they're going to recoup that 10 grand because a bunch of people see this guy's tattoo?
And how many people think, like, see his tattoos and think,
Right.
McDonald's sounds like a good place to eat right now?
Like, how many people must he see in a day that it you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that
he
it,
must
it
be a
like
lifeguard or something.
that it makes sense economically for them to do it.
Eventually, you run out of
Right.
space.
That's true. I'm looking for the person on... Okay, I've got an individual who's got some tattoos on his face of companies. Yeah, it's not the same guy. Whatever, but that's pretty crazy though. To think that he'd just tattoo Pornhub on his forehead. How would you like to be that guy's dad?
Or his daughter.
Right, he has a daughter.
Do people like that have daughters?
Does he have a daughter,
I
Spencer?
don't know.
Oh, so you're just talking out of your
Yeah,
ass because you
pretty much.
Oh my, you fucking asshole! Have you come up with a story
No.
yet?
Spencer, this is why you don't have a car.
Oh my god. We can talk about the Cubs now if you guys want.
Okay.
Speaking of the Cubs,
These Cubs.
I'm
Nope. I'm starting this off. Okay. These Cubs. Fuck, those are sick.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
Those fours?
Go ahead. Yeah, those
Jared,
fours.
for the audio listeners, Jared just showed us a pair of Retro 4 Cubs. I guess they're custom, obviously, but they were nice. Go ahead, Spencer. What do you got?
Okay. If the Cubs don't kick the Indians' ass, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off. I'm never gonna
yeah.
watch baseball ever again.
Spencer
Guys?
named 3 Cubs players.
Rizzo, Schwarber, and Arrieta. Yeah, the same 3 players that I give you every
what are
single
their
time.
first names?
Do their first names?
First names.
Jake Arrieta. I don't know the other 2.
Spencer.
Kyle Schwarber and Anthony Rizzo.
Okay.
Rizzo's. You know they sell that cereal at like Jewel,
Yeah.
right? Like
those are
in the
cool.
Chicago area,
Like
they have
Wheaties.
it's literally just fucking Cheerios, but it says it's Rizzo's.
Wow.
I think it's pretty cool.
I think getting
But-
a cereal sponsorship as an athlete's like the highest honor you can get.
Yeah, right. Like oh, you won an Olympic medal. You're on Wheaties now, but you know you're. Fuck it, I'm not Wheaties. I'm Rizzo's. I'm my own fucking cereal.
Right.
It's also pretty much sudden death at this point. Like, this is the last game.
It is. It's literally sudden death. This is
For
Game
those
7
of you who are
the
baseball
World
fans,
Series.
this is it. Whoever wins the game tonight, World Series champions, Cubs, Indians. Neither of them have won championships in a very, very long time. Indians haven't won since 1948. Cubs haven't won since 1908. 108 years, mind you.
For those of you that aren't baseball fans, or sports fans for that matter, this is how this kind of works. So, in football, you have the playoffs, and it's single elimination. If you lose the game, you are out of the playoffs. And you do not collect $200, you do not pass go, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
In both in hockey, basketball, and baseball, there are what are called series. And in baseball, there's the wild card round, which is just one game, but then everything else is a 7-game series. Same with hockey, same with basketball. And the first to win 4 games is the winner of the series, and they advance or they win the championship. So, in the World Series, the Indians won first, Cubs won second, Indians won third and fourth. So, it was 3-1. Indians needed one more game, and the Cubs won back-to-back. So now, the Cubs are 1 game away from winning the World Series.
And coming back.
And handing the Indians a 3-1 lead loss. And it's going to generate a whole bunch of memes again. We remember when the Warriors dropped a 3-1 lead to the Cavs. It's going to be amazing because it's Cleveland again. It's just going to be this, like, Cleveland takes a 3-1 lead away from the Warriors and then drops it again to the Cubs. I think it would be hilarious. I love sports memes though. So, but Jared, you got a lot to say about the Cubs. I know that you probably watch the Cubs more than the rest of us. Do you have any opinions or predictions about this game? I know it's Corey Kluber, right?
Yeah. Corey
That's his
Kluber.
name.
Yeah.
Corey Kluber is
the secret weapon.
He's the best pitcher in the MLB, right? Like, he's the best.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure the exact statistics.
I'm not sure if he's the best, but he's
really
been
good.
He's been the best in the postseason.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
So
the Cubs have not yet scored a run against him, right?
Yeah. So the Cubs, and the Indians. I think this is a toss-up, personally. It could go either way.
50-50?
Yeah. Now, obviously, I want to see the Cubs win, but I'm not sure what's going to happen, to be honest. I know Arrieta said if they start, needing some outs, he pitched yesterday, so he's not supposed to, play today.
I thought that was the most badass thing you could say.
He said he'd pitch today if they needed him to. Which I
Isn't
think
that
is
the most... There's
insane.
no other sport like that, where it's like, it's a 7-game series, you're just not going to play today. You did good last week, or yesterday, take the day off. We don't want you to hurt your shoulder. Right? Like, there's no other sport like that, where it's like, yeah, we'll use it for 3 of the games in this series, if we need to. No. He's like, I pitched yesterday, like, less than 24 hours ago. He's like, fuck it, I'll do it again. If we need outs, I'm there. I'm your guy. And I think that's just the most badass thing ever, because it just doesn't happen. It's not one of those things where it's not like hockey, where it's like, yeah, play another game tomorrow. You're not supposed to. You'll hurt your shoulder. Just throwing 100 pitches in a I don't know how many pitches he threw yesterday, but I think in the first 3 he only threw like 34 pitches.
Damn.
But yeah, they were doing pretty well. Jake Arrieta is a fucking bad ass motherfucker.
Jake Arrieta is a bad man.
He's a bad man.
Him, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo.
Addison Russell hit a grand slam.
He's the second youngest person to hit a grand slam.
I think is he 24?
He's 22.
Second young. Jimmy, that's like you hitting a grand slam in the MLB.
Right?
Yeah,
right?
He was the second youngest person to hit a grand
absurd.
slam in the World Series.
Damn.
Since 1958 or 1955.
Insane. But Jared, let me ask you: if the Cubs win, who is the MVP?
I don't know, to be honest. If the Cubs win,
I've read a lot of people, not necessarily like analysts or anything, but a lot of people have said that if the Cubs win, it's Chris Bryant.
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Yeah.
I've read if the Indians win, we know who it is, right? It's Corey Kluber. That's self-explanatory. But if the Cubs win, a lot of people are saying Chris Bryant. And he's kind of become the face of the Cubs franchise very recently.
Yeah, he's kind of the poster boy.
He's the poster boy. And I think that's pretty dope. But yeah, Jake Arrieta saying like, yeah, fuck it, I'll pitch. I'll knock a couple innings out for you guys. I'll give you my best.
I'm gonna sound really
shot.
ignorant about this because I don't play baseball, but pitching the MLB, even after getting a full day's rest, how sore do you think he must be that they don't play him
I don't think
Not
it's a
supposed to be
soreness
present.
thing. I think it's genuinely a deterioration thing. Because they take pitchers out. That's why they have a bullpen and relief pitchers.
Yeah.
Because you pitch 7 innings, and it's like your pitches start to be worse significantly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if at the full day, he pitched yesterday, do you think he'd be like feeling better by 24 hours?
I don't know.
I don't know
I
how.
mean, he obviously has to feel some type of way if he's offering to get us out in Game 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who's pitching tonight, Jared?
What's his name?
It's not Hendricks or
Yeah, I was
Chapman.
Is it Lester? No, that's not Lester.
I don't think it's Lester.
It might
I could
be.
be wrong.
It might be Lester. I'm not.
I
sure.
was playing MLB 16 the other night. I hit a fucking home run as Jake Arrieta. I felt like a god
Wow.
amongst men.
Yeah,
I hit a home run as a pitcher. I felt like a god. It was an online game against another human, and I hit a fucking home run.
Is
as
that
Jake
a
Arrieta.
fun game, Jimmy?
Oh, it's a ton of fun.
I'm not a big sports games fan, but I feel like that's be a game I'd enjoy.
The show
my
is a
favorite
very
sports
fun game.
games. I'm not having fun with Madden anymore. Like I
don't
played
like-
the
I've
fuck
never
out of
liked
Madden
Madden.
for
I've never liked
2
Madden.
years. I played Madden 25 through Madden 16, a copious amount,
I've never been mad.
and I can't fuck with it anymore. It's gotten to the point where even on like the hardest setting, I can score 60 points. It's not fun for me anymore, unless I'm playing another person, and even that's kind of boring. But I've started playing UFC 2, and that's amazing. Like even if you're not a sports guy or like a UFC guy, it's fun to just beat up another human.
It was fun playing.
Isn't it? It is fun.
I've never
like,
played
just
a
to-
UFC game before.
Oh, it's a lot of fun though because you get to do all the moves and the submissions and flying knees and stuff like that. But it's a fun game. And then I play NHL 16. I want to get NHL 17 because I love Vladimir Tarasenko and he's on the cover. And that's one of the defining factors of why I buy games. Like, oh, he's on the cover. Fuck it, I'll buy it. But MLB 16, the show, is very good. It's a fun game. I'm liking it a lot. Jared, I think you'd like it. Sports games, the more technical they are, the harder they are. And Madden's not very technical because it's a lot of just like, oh, he's open, press the square button, and he caught the ball, now he have to run. It's very much like picking the right plays. But in games like NHL and UFC, and now I'm playing MLB 16, it's more about the intricacies of your controls, right? It's not about picking the right plays. It's genuinely about how good you are at moving your player, right? So if I'm batting, it's kind of like, it's not kind of like batting in real life at all. That's a dumb analysis. But the way the ball comes, it might be a ball. And you have to decide in the split second the ball's coming whether or not you're going to swing at it. Just like real life. It's not slower like for a video game. It's the same. It's coming at you at 95 miles per hour like on a screen. And you got to decide like, is that a ball? Is it a ball? Nope, it's already behind me and it's a strike. It's hard.
Yeah, I might pick that up this weekend actually.
It's a lot of fun. I'm playing a franchise as the Cubs. Having a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. I love pitching's a lot of fun. It's like, so you pick your pitch, and then there's like an arc, and then you put the arc where you want the ball to go, and then you control the accuracy. Like there's like one of those scales that moves really fast.
Yeah.
And when you press X, you have to line it up. So like there's a little line, and that line is perfect accuracy, and the closer you are to that line is how accurate you're going to throw. So if you hit it at the very end, it's like bang, perfect accuracy. And you throw like exactly where you want it to, right? But if it's way off, it's not going to go where you wanted it to. So you have to control the power and the accuracy of the pitch. And I'm getting pretty good at pitching. I got like 9 strikeouts in my last game, but that was online. But it's a lot of fun.
So
I think you should pick it up, Jared.
Game starts in 15 minutes. I think this is going to be a really, really intense game.
I think it's going to be close.
I hope it's not like a shutout the first couple innings because then it stops being fun to watch.
I do. I hope the Cubs score 10 runs in the first 2 innings.
I do too. I'm
and
saying
then I can stop watching.
I don't want to see the Indians shut the Cubs out the first couple innings Because then
Right.
by the 5th inning, I'm like, I don't even want. I can't watch this anymore. Like it's too.
It's too stressful.
It's
It's
too
too stressful. That's how I feel about like hockey games during the Stanley Cup Finals. It's very stressful.
That's
It's
how I
like,
felt
come
about
on, do
game-
something.
Was it 5?
Yeah.
Game 5. It was.
The elimination
Intense.
game when we were down 3-1. That was the one where I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god. And then the last
came
one, I was
back-
like, fuck, we won.
Let's keep in mind, all the Cleveland fans, all you Cleveland fans, making fun of the Warriors for blowing that 3-1 lead. You Indians.
Karma's coming.
Karma's coming back.
Sports karma's coming. Coming for you, Cleveland.
Regardless of if the Cubs win or lose tonight, it's you guys are tied up right now. It's
You know what I fucking hate?
what's
What?
that?
How MGK pretends to be a fucking sports fan.
Yeah.
It's so upsetting. Shut the fuck up, MGK. I love MGK like as a rapper, but Jesus Christ, when he like has any sports commentary at all, I just want to be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Is he
what-
touring right now?
I'm not sure what he's doing right now, but like when he was all over the Cavs, I was like, he was like, believe land. I'm like, you're just like, you don't know anything about basketball. Shut up. Same thing with baseball. Like oh, you're a big baseball fan, MGK. Why have you never posted about the Indians before ever until today?
Right.
Like, and granted, I've never fucking posted about the Cubs, but did my fucking homework and now I know all about the Cubs.
Yeah.
So fuck you. But I hate that nonsense when like celebrities do it because it's like we know your record. We know what you do. You don't watch sports. He was like, yeah, Indians wanted to win while I was watching because I couldn't watch last night, so it's going to Game 7. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you asshole. Whatever. But we're about an hour and 6 minutes in. We're going to cut a little shorter than I intended to, but that's all right. We kind of had some technical difficulties. Next week, I know I keep saying it, next week we're hoping to get that 2-hour episode because that's where I want this podcast to be is 2 hours long.
Hopefully, a special guest
Thank
too.
you guys. Yeah, Jesus Christ, we can never fucking get anybody like at the last minute, so hopefully we'll plan ahead this time and get somebody on. That is True Hooligan Podcast, episode number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye-bye.